if the operational arm is the one that makes the revenue, don't you want to hear and understand what they need so that it can inform what you buy? That's the way I look at it. That's the way I hope more people start to look at it. Because if you set yourself up with a property that has the highest opportunity to be profitable, you will be a property and co-living operator that scales. If you're making money, and the byproduct of what we do in our business when we make money is put on more affordable housing, so people who need affordable housing receive it, then guess what you're going to do? You're going to buy another property that is profitable. One of the first things that I want to talk about is, do you understand the importance of having an understanding operational knowledge of your existing co-living business or the co-living business that you want to open up and operate? What I've found over and over again is that the failure of a lot of new investors, especially to co-living, it stems from the fact that they're taking information and guidance from people that don't know the co-living operational business that controls the revenue side of your business. Here's a story, because that person, unless you have a full understanding of real estate financing, if I buy a $300,000 property at market rate with a realtor for $300,000, and they tell me they did a great job negotiating on my behalf and they got it for $280,000, I still have to put 20% down. And then when you go to refinance it or take out a loan, they'll only give you 75% of the appraised value. And if you bought it at retail price, there's no equity. The only equity that you have is the money that you put into the deal and possibly the $10,000 or $20,000 that the realtor got for you. Unless the deal makes sense mathematically, in our world, that $70,000 that you spent out of pocket to close on that deal, there are different ways to minimize those dollars left in the deal. That's the way I view it. And it's, many people do it so many different ways, but I'm talking to the new investor who is just starting out. You want this pool of money that you've spent years building up. If you spend your $100,000 of hard-earned saved money and you use it all on one property, then the problem that you're running into is that you're going to have a really big problem scaling because you can't pull any of that equity back out. As you start running and operating this business, if it's a fantastic deal, you make $1,000 a month. But the after renovated value, ARV, which is the appraisal amount that the bank is going to use, the DSCR lender gives me 75% of the appraised value. But in this case, I'm going to pull back $300,000 out of this loan, out of this house value. So in this world, I know I have 25% equity because the bank's only lending me 75%.